Good morning, everybody. I want to show you. Should have done it while I was doing it, but I didn't want to. Here's my messy office. That. So my husband and I built this yesterday, believe it or not, watching a video on YouTube, which we stopped, pause. And here it is. This is my new goat milk stanchion. So I don't have a lot of followers at this point, but just to say that for the last 10 days, I have been on my hands and knees chasing a goat around and around in a stall, bent over backwards, kneeling on wood shavings and poop and pee, trying to milk her out so that I can continue to bottle feed her babies. They needed a little bit of extra help. They were a little weak when they were, but anyway, because she's a first-time mom, so anyway, so we followed these directions, and I gotta tell you, I had to wrestle her up there at first. She loves bananas, so I bribed her with a banana. She didn't eat it first, and finally when she calmed down, she did. Now, I've been milking her, so the only new part today was getting on the stanchion and getting her head locked in. However, I have been pinning her against the stall wall with my shoulder and milking that way. So she's used to being held in one spot. I think maybe you need to do half and half. So either if you don't have a milk stanchioning at first, then you need to get them used to milking and then introduce them to the stanchion. I think that getting her on the stanchion for the first time, milking for the first time, might have just been too much, a little too traumatic for her. That's her sister screaming. I got the newest baby, the almost 5-month-old ewe up there, and she was eating some of the alfalfa pellets and cracked corn. I'm bribing them with stuff they don't normally get, only because that's what they need. And she knocked it down and made a mess there, as you can tell. But that is night and day difference. I was able to completely milk her out. I was able to use both hands for a change because I wasn't trying to hold her in place. I think the only change that I'm going to ask my husband to do would be to make a lip on this. Because as you can see, she pushed the grain bowl over. I think if I had like a hat, and it doesn't even have to be the whole thing, but if I had like, even if it just went this way, a little, 1x1 strip for here, and then maybe one on the end, that I think would make a big difference, because then I don't have to worry about bowls falling on the floor, and I don't have to worry about things falling off and a big mess. And I could just pour it right in. I could skip the bowl at that point. Like this was knocked over because she was stressed out the first time. I didn't put sides on it because I want to be able to get on either side if I have to, but I found that I was able to sit facing backwards for her left teat, and I was able to sit facing forwards on her right teat. So it was so much easier. It did take us a few hours, but we had to run and get a couple things. That I forgot the bolt at the bottom to slide the top. I'll have to try and figure out whose channel that was and put it in the description when I upload this, but night and day difference. Night and day. My husband wanted to stain it right away, but I think I'm going to wait because it's still kind of, you can feel the plywood's wet. I want it to dry. But this is my heated room. And I live, again, in the frozen tundra of Michigan. So I told my husband he didn't think I'd want it in here because, like there's poop on the floor because she pooped when she got down. I would rather be in here cleaning poop and scrubbing floors than trying to milk outside in 10-degree weather or minus 10-degree weather. So this was the old tack office. I still have my tack on it. I still have my saddles. I still have this stuff. I have all these, most of the grains are in metal garbage cans. I've got some tins I found at the Goodwill that I started to put some of the smaller stuff in. Those are oyster shells for the chickens, and I have kelp in that one. I still have some stuff that's still on the counter and stuff. I need to clean in here again. This room is like your kitchen. It's always dirty because you're always in here. You're always doing something. But telling you now, goat milk, make a stanchion. I think I paid, what did I pay? I think I paid maybe $50 worth of supplies. I mean, I priced them online. The metal ones are $300, anywhere from $250 to $300. And we ship something like this because it's pretty heavy. I mean, it's pretty sturdy. The back isn't as sturdy as the front, but all your weight's going to be on the front anyway. So I'm looking forward to wrestling all of the goats in here, trimming their feet on a regular basis instead of trying to pin them down to trim their feet. This makes life so much easier. And really, I just had to hug and kiss my husband for helping me because I really needed to have this done. And so that's my update on the goats. So Rowan right now is at the vet getting castrated. We're banding him. I had the vet do it because he's older and nobody that I knew who did goats. He's also getting tested for CAE and he's going to get his tetanus shot. They don't have any tetanus in right now. They'll call me when it comes in. And then he's also getting microchipped. So I can put that on his registration paperwork. I don't want a tattoo and I don't want to, I don't like the ear tags. And everybody I talk to is gung-ho on ear tags. If they get ripped out, they bleed, they tear their ears, no. I don't want my goats to have torn ears. I'm sorry. Shoot me. I don't disbud them because I think it's cruel. You can argue with me all you want. I think it's painful, it's invasive, and it's cruel, and sometimes it kills the babies if they're weak. So I don't disbud mine. That's just my choice. That means I can't show them. Well, I can't show them. I don't care. I'm not in this for showing. I'm in this for some dairy, and I'm in this because I really like the goats. I like having them. I enjoy them a lot, and so they're my goats. So if you ever were going to buy one of my goats, they're not going to be disbudded. Unless you come and get them at a day-old bottle feed and disbud them yourself, because I'm just not going to do it. I don't agree with it. And if you screw up like Artie, and you'll find that his horns are all funky. I would rather have him have regular horns that don't grow into their head than ones that I'm going to have to take to the vet and have cut, which is invasive and bleeds a lot and is very messy. So I bet it's going to be expensive. He had one that was really close and somehow he ripped it off, which made me happy, but it didn't even bleed. So it wasn't, I don't know what the deal is with his horns, but I bought him. They said he was disbudded. The girls weren't disbudded. So, all right, update. There you go. Get yourself a milking stanchion. It's not hard. I'll find the name of that video and I'll link it, put it in the description. Okay? Have a good day, guys. Bye.